My great-granddad Bill Watkins was born on the 13th of November 1920. I guess he had a happy childhood. World War II started, and in 1942 great-granddad married Eunice, and their first home was a rented house on Ellicott Road in Hamilton. My great-granddad Bill worked at a place called Tuck and Watkins, where he earned £4 a week. He also went haymaking during the weekends during the summer to earn more money. Before long, his first child, Graham, was born, and life was good. Then in 1943, everything soon changed. My great-granddad was called up to serve his country. He joined the 21st Battalion and he was sent overseas. He fought in the Middle East and in Italy. Most importantly, he fought at a place called Monte Cassino. We have many of Grandad's possessions from his time in the war, and one thing that really interested me was a piece of glass that came from a chandelier at Monte Cassino. This made me interested in finding out about Monte Cassino. I have learnt that the Battle of Monte Cassino was one of the toughest battles fought in Western Europe in World War II. Great-granddad Bill and the 21st Battalion were fighting the Germans. The Allies were fighting their way up from southern Italy towards Rome. The monastery of Monte Cassino stood at the strongest point of a powerful German defensive line. The battle took 4 months and left 250,000 dead or wounded. My great-granddad and the New Zealanders were fighting with soldiers from many other countries. Generals disagreed. Often they ordered attacks that were hugely wasteful of human life. It must have been a terrible time for my great-granddad. I think he must have missed his wife and his son a lot. The Germans turned the monastery into a fortress. They had machine gun posts, minefields, and barbed wire. The Germans thought the monastery was a perfect defense. Sadly, the monastery was destroyed by bombing, and after lots of fighting, the Allies finally captured the monastery, and that is where great-granddad got his glass crystal. He was one of the first soldiers to go into the monastery when it was captured, and that is where he found the crystal. I guess he put it in his pocket as a souvenir. My great-granddad Bill was one of the lucky ones. He survived World War II, and in 1946 he came home to New Zealand and Eunice and his son. He moved to Tokoroa in 1952 and was manager of a mill that made crates. My great-grandparents were happy in Tokoroa. They said it was a wonderful place to bring up a family. When he retired, they moved to Omokoroa, and on December 18th, 1992, my great-granddad died. This year in class, we learnt about Anzacs at Gallipoli. My Uncle Bryce told me he had great-granddad's war possessions. He said no one else wanted them. I thought they were awesome, and I brought them to school to share to my class. I feel really proud of my great-granddad Bill. He must have been very brave to go to war. I would treasure his medals, and maybe one day I'll wear them to an Anzac parade to remember him.